All right, I'll do this one before we wrap it up. The thing is, like, right now we're all talking about the game, and I don't think we did a hot take about the game itself for a while now. I think that the game is in a shit state as it is. It's not, fully, not even close to what it needs to be for us to be like having like, rememberable or memorable matches and best of threes and best of fives. Simply because, I mean, we saw the fucking game crashed at 11-11 in the fucking yeah. So some fixes for the game for me. First of all, MR12 is a garbage thing. Simply because you lose the pistol, you lose the first gun round, and already you lost 25% of the game. So I don't think that should be a thing ever. It should be fixed immediately. If you don't want to fix the max round, you need to do something with the economy. First of all, I don't think anybody should get the bonus 1.4 ever again. I think that should be removed from the game. You should always start from 1.9. You should never ever start with 1.4 because the team that loses the first round of the game gets 1.9, and then the other team who won the first round and loses their first round, they get 1.4, which makes absolutely no fucking sense and they have no logic whatsoever. The second thing that I would change is the incendiary price for the CTs. I would lower it.
Make it the same as the T1, sure.
Or 400 or 500. That would improve the CT sides a lot. And that would, then obviously, I would decrease the price for diffuse kit to 300 instead of 400 because like it's so shit right now. Simply because like you have these Zeus kills, for example, you win the pistol round and you buy guns at the opposite, they just buy Zeus, get to some stupid angle that you cannot clear because obviously you don't have 25 flashes, you can have a maximum of 10. Most of the teams are in the second house have 6-7 flashes. Nobody has 10, so you cannot clear all. So there is a big chance you can get Zeused or traded with the USP or a P250 of somebody who killed the guy in the previous round, and then all of your money that you invested in the gun, armor, grenades goes to shit. It's $200. And then obviously you lose that round, you have 1.4, they have the additional money in your guns. It's just not an optimal way to replay Counter-Strike right now. My hot take is definitely to change the economy, like I said it, and change the pricing of certain things in the game, and that will improve the competitive environment completely. And it will change the game and people will love it. You don't have to change the MR12 at all.
Okay.
I've thought about this a little bit. Obviously, I feel like it would be up to somebody to run all the numbers. I feel like I actually totally agree with the incendiary price reduction from 600 to 400, the diffuse kit down to 300. For one, if we have cheaper diffuse kits and we just get maybe 1 or 2 more of those per game, we might see more retakes. It's going to be a better game overall, going to be more action. And another thing is that I would actually increase the Galil price. I feel like it's really unfair right now when T's get a bomb plant in the first round, they get the extra 800 per player, and then you see they have 4 Galils, 1 guy with a Tech 9, and yet they still have somehow money for a couple smokes and a couple flashes, and it's like, choose one or the other. If they're able to have a Galil and armor on the second round after a bomb plant, they shouldn't be able to have any nades to do anything. So you should be sacrificing utility for firepower. If you want to choose one or the other, because I still think Tees would force in that second round because breaking the economy is so powerful, but you shouldn't be able to run any semblance of tactics. And I'm okay with that because I'm okay with a team just trying to use full firepower to just bust into a bomb site, but don't give them any kind of utility advantage too, because it's already hard enough if a CT is defending that bomb site with a more expensive molly. The retaking is going to be hard because it's $400 for diffuse kit, and then they're getting assaulted by 4 Galils, 1 guy in the back just chucking flashbangs for them, and then even some of those guys running in the front having smokes to counter the mollies that were so expensive for the CTs to even buy. Like, that just feels so BS to me. So, it just feels way too unfair.
Let's add to that because, like, you win the CT pistol, you have 3.3, right? 3.4, and plus whatever you kill. Yeah, most times people don't kill just the 1 guy with 2 kills, 3 kills with a defuse. I don't care. But the thing is, like, you have 3.3, 3.4. You use 1K to buy armor because you need big armor, you need helmet because they have Galils and Mac 10s and Tech 9s, and you use 900 of the K to buy the smoke and incendiary. So that's 2,000 out of your 3.3, 3.4. So what the fuck do you buy for the first gun that you fought so massively to win? Meanwhile, you have T's who are buying Galils, Mac 10s, tech nines, armors, grenades, and they can also group up on one spot with 5 people. How the fuck do you defend this? No, that's why we see so many like 4x1 right now. And the MR12 just doesn't help with that. Change the thing with the economy, and you will make the game more interesting.
Sure. By the way, I do think also, like, the reason those are interesting fixes is because it doesn't require the total economy rehaul. It just takes some of the, like, a little bit of the pain out of it. It polishes off a few of the rough edges. So I actually do like that as a move. I especially think, by the way, actually, low-key, an underrated one is the Molotov one, where I have always thought it was mental how much more the CT version of it is. Because one thing people don't get is this is where, sadly, you'll always get drawn into worthless discussions if it's about fixing CT, because then people start saying stupid shit like, but the map is balanced, because they think every map should be 8-7.5 for both fucking teams, which is like, that's not my concept of balance. And then also, people go, but isn't CT strong enough? Right, CT spawns on the map and has the bomb sites at the beginning of the game. Like, they are supposed to have a natural advantage. But in this scenario, like, I actually do think, like, CS2 early on anyway favoured T's too much. And the economy just absolutely, like I say, it's only for a very certain setting, but when it happens, it ruins the game, in my opinion. Like, you're not watching CS anymore, you're watching a thing where it's like, oh, they won the round, so they outplayed them, but they didn't get enough people alive. Or they won the round, but he can't get to the AWP, so then that guy has a fucking farmhouse next round. Like, that ruined CS for me. You know what I mean? Like, if you think of how old CS was, if you win the round, most cases, yeah, you've got guns now. You just won the round. You get rewarded for that. We're playing some other weird game. And the worst thing, I made this point when I made my video 4 years about this topic, 4 years ago, which was, even if I've identified in a video this meta that you've got to keep 3 alive, because everyone's been trained that that's not how you play CS, pros aren't going to play that way. Pros aren't going to realise it's like a war of attrition, and CT's actually about monitoring the economy, and it's not about whether we win the round or not. Like, in fact, I even think it's only T's that ever abused that. Like, I actually have seen some TIGLs who were smart enough to know when you have the other person fucked with the money like that, sometimes you don't even save on T, you just do the war of attrition and get some more guns out of them. And if each time they keep losing 2 guns, they can never get out of that price hole. They're just stuck in the money pit, and no amount of wins can get you there. And also, think about the other angle that makes this a semi-bullshit thing, is that at the moment in Counter-Strike, as a player yourself, you think of a planted bomb as like, yeah, they get some money for it, but you can just defuse it, right? No, by them planting that bomb, you're now in an even worse spot. Now you're in an even more fucked up scenario. Now you also need the kit as well. Now the kit costs money. Just planting the bomb costs the CTs more money to win the round now, potentially. So I do think people don't realise that the bigger impact some of these seemingly small items have. Like, I definitely agree on the diffuse kit one too. Diffuse kit's too expensive. Like, I'm sick of seeing rounds where T and CT have similar economy, but then the CTs can't get the kits. Like, that's a big difference. That's a big advantage to that T.
I mean, there's so many things that they can do to improve the game to be more like high quality. Even the Zeus is pissing me off, to be honest.
Sure.
What about if we have Zeus that has 2 charges, but it takes down 45 HP per hit? So zig, and then, 45. Like, it would be used in gun rounds too. It would be like interesting,
Am I the only one who thinks it's too powerful that it kills? I think that's crazy that it can kill.
Absolutely.
Like, think about how cheap it is. It can get, like, look, obviously I'm not pretending it's a super OP weapon and everyone can use it. But people like Rops who use it correctly, that is just giving a really good player a free kill. That weapon in his hands becomes overpowered.
Yeah, it's garbage. It shouldn't be like that. But it's a step for the future, something they need to think about, because right now the game, and every player will tell you the same, they don't like the state of the game right now in that sense at all. Like, forget about the tick rate and all this shit, like the fucking whatever movement and sound. This is the problem. Like, this is the actual problem. Like, nobody can get used to this MR12 with this economy. It's just not viable. And they will, I think, Valve will understand this very soon, and they will change it.
See more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, be a pleb and don't.